Welcome learners to this next topic of our discussion, and like we have started our exercises in the previous lecture. So, we will move on to the other exercises related to beta and pi diagrams for folds under part 2 of this discussion. Okay, so moving into the next exercise in the series of discussion and demonstration on beta and pi diagram. So, the next exercise is again draw one pi diagram and beta diagram of the fold and the given data that is provided in this table, and from that you have to determine the plunge of the hinge line. Also you have to determine the attitude of axial plane given that the axial plane trends due north. Okay. So, that is an additional information that we will be dealing here now. So, again to start with, first we will draw the beta diagram like this, and you have only 5 data from 5 location. So, the first one is again with respect to this, I can start with 0 0 0, this is 360, likewise this would be 0 90, this is 180, this is 270, and again completing a full circle, that is 360. So, once you have marked this, then you can move ahead with the determination of the plunge of the hinge line based on the data that is provided. So, the first data that is provided, so it is 344, the dip direction is 344, the amount of dip is 61. So, we will mark 344 here. Let us mark the dip directions first for a quicker approach and solution, then we will also mark the planes with respect to the individual values that are provided. So, this is 344, you have another dip direction, true dip direction, that is 318. So, I can mark here, that is 318. You have 041, 10, 20, 30, 40, 041 here, and again you have 348, that is somewhere here, 344 very near to it, 348 just before 350, and you have 015, that is 10, 20 in between that, 015. So, these are the data that you have. Now, with respect to it one by one, so I will first take 344 to on the east west plane. You can either make it here or you can also draw it like this, there is no problem because both are your representation of the vertical plane. So, on 344 you are having 61 degree, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61 degree. So, I will draw this plane like this. Okay. Then you have 70 degree towards 318. So, this is 380, 70 degree, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I can also draw this great circle like this. Okay. Then you have 51 degree towards 041. So, 041 is here, and 51 degree from here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 51 degree from here. So, I can also draw this great circle like this. Okay. Then you have 55 degree towards 348. So, let us bring 348 here now, 55 degree, 10, 20, 30, 40, 55. Like this, and finally 015 in the direction of 015, 49 degree. So, 10, 20, 30, 40, 49, this one. Now, with respect to this beta diagram, what I was initially telling you with respect to the previous exercise, now it will be more clear here that why pi diagram are more useful than beta. So, I was telling you that if you have multiple data of limb, you see that different limbs are intersecting at different points. It is intersecting here, these two are intersecting here, these two are intersecting here. So, you have multiple intersection means intersecting lines that are represented as points generated due to the intersection of the limbs. Okay. Obviously, the orientation data that you have measured from 5 locations. So, this is kind of problematic, that where either this is your beta or this is your beta or this is your beta, you do not really know, because you have a zone of this fold axis. This could be your fold axis, this could be your fold axis, this could be your fold axis as well. So, these are the multiple means you can say beta that are possible for this one. Instead, now if I again if I simply go by the question that determine the plunge of the hinge line, you do not know whether you have to calculate the plunge of this point or plunge of this line. Obviously, this all these points, they are representing lines. So, whether this is the fold axis or this is the hinge line or this is the hinge line or this is the hinge line, you do not really know. Instead, what we will now do, we will take this another tracing paper, and now we will construct the pi diagram for the same orientation data. So, for that you have, again you can take the help of the existing beta diagram, or you can simply remove the beta diagram if you are directly, for example, if you are directly plotting the pi diagram. In that case, again what we will do, you will mark the directions, that is 3 4 4. Again I am doing the same thing, 3 4 4, there was a direction that is 3 4 8. For quickly demonstrating that, I am trying to do this 3 1 8. Here I am just first marking the directions, then we will also utilize the dip amount. Then you also have 0 4 1, that is here. Then you also have 0 1 5, that is here. Okay. So, these are the true dip directions that you already marked. Now, with respect to this 3 4 4, your 61 is your dip. So, 10 20 30 40 50 60 61. In the beta diagram I have drawn this plane, but here I will not draw this. I will again from here I will count again 90 degree. Again, for example, 10 20 30 40 50 60 70 80 90. Here we started from this one. So, I will 10 20 30 40 50 60 70 80 90, I will plot it here. So, this is one pole to the orientation data, that is 61 degree towards 344. Let us look at the next one, 318, 70 degree was like this, 10 20 30 40 50 60 70. We need to draw this plane if I want to draw the beta diagram, but instead of drawing this, I am going for the pole again from here, 10 20 30 40 50 60 70 80 90. So, this is your another pole like this. Okay. Then 51 degree from 0 4 1, 51 degree from 0 4 1, this is 10 20 30 40 50 51. So, I will start at 10 20 30 40, again 51 should have been here, but again I will start with 10 20 30 40 50 60 70 80 90, a little bit 1 degree more than 90, because we started from 1 degree less than means more than 0. So, here is another pole. Okay. Apart from that, then you have 55 degree from 348. So, I will take 348 here, 55 degree 10 20 30 40 50 55. So, I can again take 5 15 25 35 45 55 65 75 85 and 90. So, this is another pole, and the last one, that is 49 degree towards 015. So, this is 015, 49 degree means obviously 10 20 30 40 49. It should have been here if we have started constructing a beta diagram, but we are going for the pole. So, again 10 20 30 40 50 60 70 80 90 here. Now, you see you have the 5 poles with respect to the 5 orientation data. You are no longer dealing with the planes directly, you are dealing with the poles to the individual planes that you have measured on field, or you have been provided with this data by someone. So, now if I look at these 5 poles, and if I simply go and rotate this tracing over the stereo net, you will see there will be a position where all the poles, either all the poles or majority of the poles, they would lie on a great circle. So, here it is the position I can see that through which one of the great circle is passing. So, once you get that position, you draw the great circle like this. Okay. So, once you draw this great circle like we have discussed in the previous exercise as well. So, this becomes what? My profile plane. So, once you get the profile plane also, so this becomes my profile plane, because all the poles will lie on the profile plane. So, once you get the profile plane, you can simply again from profile plane you count it 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So, now you have a pi with respect to the profile plane, which also represents the fold axis. Now, also if I want to find the attitude of the fold axis, I will mark it here, that represents the plunge direction, plunge amount and also the direction. So, plunge amount is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 50 degree is your plunge amount like this, and if I again take it back on the north south line, you can read the orientation from here as well, that it is 10, 15 already we have marked, 20, this is 30. So, it less than 27. So, this is 0 to 7. So, your final orientation that you have now calculated from this pi diagram for the hinge line that also represents the fold axis is your 50 degree towards 0 to 7. Okay. Now, you can say also two things. Obviously, you have this data. So, you can say that it is a plunging fold, and you can say it is having 50 degree plunge. You can also say it is steeply plunging, fine, that is the first thing that you can say. And also you can calculate the trend of the axial plane, because already it was mentioned that the axial plane trends due north. So, you have this strike end that are mentioned for the axial plane, and the axial plane has to pass through what? The axial plane has to pass through the fold axis. Always the axial plane will contain the fold axis like this, always the axial plane, if this is the axial plane, it will always contain the fold axis like this. So, I will draw another great circle that will now connect north and south or this great circle, but through this fold axis like this. So, this becomes my axial plane having a north south trend, and you can also calculate the dip amount from the perpendicular relationship with this is the strike. So, this has to be the dip direction. You can also count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71. So, the 71 degree is your amount of dip of the axial plane towards east. So, I can also write the axial plane is having an orientation of it is trending north south. So, I can write 0, 0, 0 degree, 71 degree towards east. So, that is the complete orientation or the complete calculation that you have done to find out a solution for the fold axis from the pi diagram, that is the fold axis having an orientation of 50 degree towards 0 to 7, and also to find out the orientation of the axial plane that is having an orientation of 0, 0, 0, that is also north south, that is a strike 0, 0, 0 slash 71 degree, that is the dip amount, and sense that is the that is towards east. So, the complete orientation is this. Accordingly, you can also classify the fold as a both steeply plunging and also steeply inclined in nature, depending on the plunge and dip of the fold axis and axial plane respectively, fine. So, now again last to finish this, if I again compare both the for this problem, if I compare the beta and pi diagram, now you can very well see and resolve that which one is beneficial for your tackling this kind of means orientation data which you collect from the field or someone else has collected, you are trying to analyze the type of the fold and the nature and the 3-dimensional geometry of that particular fold. So, even if I now compare, so this is your beta diagram. So, in beta diagram you are not being able to find out the exact fold axis, because there are several intersection between the between different limbs. Likewise, if you cannot ascertain the fold axis, you could not be able to also find out the profile plane, and there is again no question of finding out the axial plane. But in this one, in this pie diagram, you have been able to first plot the poles, and we have seen that all the poles, like in a cylindrical fold, will lie on the profile plane. This statement is also very important, that for a cylindrical fold, your poles will lie on a single great circle that will represent the profile plane. If it would have been a non-cylindrical fold, in that case your pole could have lied here, 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 here like this, and in that case it would be in kind of impossible or extremely difficult to ascertain that which one is your profile plane and what is the orientation of the profile plane, because unless you know the profile plane in a pie diagram, you will not be able to identify the fold axis from there. So, from the profile plane we have calculated the fold axis, and accordingly we have also classified the fold, that this fold is a steeply plunging and also steeply inclined fold in nature. So, that is the, you can say, means edge, extra edge that you can get out of a pie diagram instead of a beta diagram. Okay. So, I will simply end this with this note, that pie diagram for analyzing real life, real field data, pie diagrams are more useful than beta diagrams. Okay. So, now you can also again see that from this exercise as well, that how your pie diagrams can be interpreted or can be used to draw larger interpretations. So, again related to this, we will be also doing some assignments, and again what I would like to mention, that it is solely based on your practice and precision, that how far you can analyze certain data related to fold, for example, and again what larger interpretations you can draw out of that. So, thank you for now.